What is up YouTube, Bluner here with another Adobe Illustrator tutorial. In this video I will be talking about how to make, I guess you could call it vintage style looking font like this from scratch, and maybe something like this. But first, to start off this video, I'm going to do another little demo of reflections because I had somebody ask me in the comments, can you show reflecting type? So that's what I'll do right now. So to reflect typography or text, it would just be the same way that you would reflect any shapes or pretty much anything else. You just select what you want to reflect and you go to Object, Transform, Reflect, and you can do vertical or horizontal. If I do the preview, you'll see that it'll flip it that way, and if I do it horizontal, you'll see that it'll flip it upside down. So that's how you would flip like text like that. And if you want to flip just a single letter, or reflect, it would just be the same way, vertical and then horizontal. And if you wanted to change the angle of it, you would just enter in a number right here. And so that one does it like that, and if you want to do it like a weird angle, then you can do it like this, and it kind of flips and rotates. So that's how you do that, and of course you can also do this when it is expanded. Let's get started in with the other part of the review. So I've grown to like text that kind of looks like that. You know, it's kind of vintage, kind of Western, kind of eye-popping or eye-catching. But basically what it is, when you look at it, it's like a base shape, and then, you know, like the inside is kind of recessed, so it kind of gives that 3D effect right here. And then of course there's the 3D effect in the back. And on this one it's got like the lines, both of them have lines across, but it's got lines. There's like an outline, and then there's the outline on the inside, and then the shadow behind it. So I will try my best to make something that looks like that and teach you how to do it along the way. Now I find the best way to do this is with a font that has at least one part of it thick. Like, you know, this is skinny right here and that's skinny, but it works best with the thicker fonts because you get a nice outline on the inside. So between these two, they would both work pretty good, but I like this one better, so I'm going to move that one off, and we will start with this. And I have me a little color palette going. I'm going to use like a khaki color, a maroon, and then I also have a cream up here that I'm going to use. So yeah, first thing I'm going to do is press a lot of buttons, and I will expand my text so that I can work with it. And I think from here I'll keep it grouped, but first thing I do is I do object and then path, and then you can do offset path. And if you change this to, if you just hit preview, you'll see what it does. It kind of adds an outline around your text, but if you do this a negative number like so and hit the preview again, you'll see that it makes the shapes on the inside. So this is what you want. This will create that cool depth area. I'll just work with -0.13. Okay, so you want to ungroup it all, and then I guess you don't have to regroup all of these things, but I like to just to keep it easy to work with. And so the next thing I'll do is I'm going to change the color of this so I can see the color difference, and I will copy paste behind 2 times. So you'll have 3 copies of this like inside outline thing. So do Command C or Control C, then Control B or Command B to paste behind. And so now you see that I have the 3 groups right here of the front text. So now what I'll do is I'm going to change the color of all 3 just so that I can like see the difference between them. And I find that this helps. Oops, gotta change this one. Okay, so now we have the 3 different colors. So if you turn off the first 2, you'll have the back group, and I'm gonna go ahead and lock this, and then I'm gonna turn on the front 2 again. So now what you want to do is you want to create these shadows in here, these shadows that are on there, and to do this you need to offset the first, like these 2 groups right here, you need to offset the top one so that it will create the inside shadow how you want. And you can do this by just dragging it like so. You can do it that way, you know, you can do it the other way. Me personally, I like using the arrow keys just to get it really precise. So, you know, maybe something like this. And so now you see that there's the offset, and for this next part to work you're actually going to have to ungroup everything, so I guess it's kind of counterproductive me grouping everything back. But if you select the darker green and lime green for me, and you want to do minus front, and this will just leave like this green outline, which I'm going to change to white so you can see it better. And so I'll do this for each letter. Do minus front and then change it to whatever color you want. I'm going to change to white just to start off, just so that you can see what it's doing. Okay, so now I have all of the outline things going on, and so now I can unlock this. And so this is the third back layer, and you need this layer so that you can like retain the inside pattern. But I'm going to change this to maybe khaki now, and I'll probably change the outline to like a cream color. And you can group back the outlines, or shadows if you want to call them that. Okay, so now I have this. So what you want to do next is you want to create some inside design for your letters. So like this has lines going across it, this has much smaller lines going across it. So I think I'll do maybe something in between. You need to first draw yourself out a line, longer than your design or type, and you want to select what width you want the lines to be inside there. So I think I'm going to do mine a 2-point size, and then I'll drag it down probably about like that, just so that they cover everything. And if you select both and then go to Object, Blend, Make, it'll make a blend. And of course, well, blend, it looks like a solid brick right now, but if you go back to Object, Blend, and then Blend Options, you need to change it from Smooth Color to Specified Steps. And so I'm going to change this to like 12 and then hit Preview. So what you'll see is that there's only 12 lines between there. And I'm going to do maybe 30. So that looks pretty alright. So I'll leave it as 30, and what I'm going to do now is expand this so that they're all each individual lines, and I will place this over my type that I have and shrink it a little bit so there's not as much overhang. So now it is behind this middle section. I'm going to select the middle section, go to Object, Compound Path, Make, and then you want to select both the compound path that you just made and the lines, and then go back to Object, Clipping Mask, Make, or Control 7. And right now it doesn't look right, but it did actually work. You just need to go into your new clip group and change some colors. So if you individually select this one, you'll see that the lines are actually still the correct color, but you need to select this, which is that middle section, and you see that it turned off the color. I'm going to change this back to that color. We have the lines clipping masked into the type. So now I will Control C, Control B to paste it behind, and that gives me a second group. And from here you can add an outline, cream color, whatever color. And so there's an outline, and then you can do the same thing, paste it behind, and I will switch the colors and make this that color, and then what I'll do is maybe offset it down some. So that leaves you with that kind of 3D effect, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna mess with the colors real quick because this looks kind of weird, and I'll get back with you after I change all the colors. Okay, so I've messed with the colors a little bit, and this looks a lot better because it makes a lot more sense. The shadow's darker, the shadow on the inside is darker, but yeah, there you go. So now you have this kind of recessed look in your type, and you kind of have the 3D effect and the outline, and it's looking pretty cool. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.